Trump's ambitious $170 billion immigration overhaul. What you need to know. In a significant development, the U.S.-Mexico border wall projects are set to receive a substantial boost. This is through the lens of President Trump's landmark domestic policy bill, which has now advanced to his desk, showcasing a monumental federal commitment to immigration enforcement. The House of Representatives successfully approved what President Trump fondly dubbed the Big Beautiful Bill last Thursday, meeting his self-imposed deadline of July 4th. This expansive package earmarks approximately $170 billion to support the Trump administration's immigration strategies, including achieving an unprecedented number of detentions and deportations from the United States. A pivotal figure in the White House's border policy, Tom Homan emphasized the urgency of this growth to reporters, asserting that the availability of more detention beds would correspondingly increase the number of apprehensions. As Homan put it, the more beds that we have, the more bad guys we arrest. However, there's a shared understanding among both critics and supporters that the success of Trump's immigration agenda hinges on how proficiently federal agencies manage and deploy the allocated resources. This investment will undoubtedly strengthen immigration enforcement in the long run, but we shouldn't expect immediate results, explained Kathleen Bush-Joseph, a policy analyst at the Migration Policy Institute. The real challenge lies in how swiftly the administration can channel this funding to expedite its mass deportation initiatives. Immigration enforcement, a closer look. The bill includes a hefty allocation of $45 billion to expand immigration detention centers, along with $30 billion designated to increase ICE personnel, cover transportation costs, and maintain ICE facilities. This move comes in response to overcrowded detention centers, which often operate above their intended capacity. The American Immigration Council estimates that the new funds might boost detention capacity to at least 116,000 beds. While Bush-Joseph recognizes the potential reduction in overcrowding and improved staffing, she voices concerns about an increased reliance on detention. Post-identification of migrants as eligible for removal, they may either be released before their court hearings, detained in local jails, or placed in ICE facilities, ending the catch-and-release policy, which permits release from detention as they await immigration court hearings, would necessitate more detention capacity. Bush-Joseph highlights that detainees often face greater challenges regarding communication, legal representation, interpretation, and understanding their rights, which can disadvantage their chances of succeeding in immigration court proceedings. Border security, prioritizing preparedness. The bill designates around $46.5 billion to finalize the construction of Trump's border barrier. Additionally, it allocates $5 billion for customs and border protection facilities and $10 billion for broader border security measures. Adding to the debate, approximately $13.5 billion will be used to reimburse states and local governments engaged in immigration and border-related enforcement. But here's where it gets controversial. Some have questioned the necessity of increasing border security funding, especially given that illegal crossings at the southern border have reached lows unseen in decades. For instance, in June, there were just over 6,000 apprehensions, a notable drop from previous years. Andrew Arthur from the Center for Immigration Studies, a think tank that advocates for tighter immigration policies, argues that investing in border infrastructure now can prevent future challenges. Waiting for a surge of 250,000 monthly arrivals would be too late, he pointed out, referencing the peak figures under former President Joe Biden. Rethinking immigration fees and legal access. In a bid to adjust the immigration process financial burden, the Republicans' proposal introduces increase or new fees. One significant alteration from the House to the Senate version was reducing the minimum asylum application fee from $1,000 to $100, a change resulting from the Senate parliamentarians' decision for rule compliance regarding a simple majority vote. Arthur emphasizes, it's not unreasonable for applicants to contribute at least $100 for their asylum applications, even to partially cover processing fees. Nonetheless, Heidi Altman from the National Immigration Law Center cautions that imposing or increasing such fee might place an unaffordable price tag on due process for numerous immigrants. She highlights that increased appeal fees, which rise from $110 to $900, could deter many individuals from seeking to challenge immigration judge decisions. Access to health and social programs, a shrinking safety net. The original House bill removed health coverage under the Affordable Care Act for several lawfully present immigrants, including refugees and those who receive other humanitarian protections. It similarly restricted the eligibility for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. The final bill retains these cuts while applying similar constraints to Medicaid and the Children's Health Insurance Program. Shelby Gonzalez of the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities observed that individuals who do not hold the right immigration status are often already ineligible for insurance. She stresses that the law's new restrictions extend these barriers even further. Those eligible for public benefits include long-term green card holders, certain Cubans and Haitians, and residents under the Compacts of Free Association from Micronesia, Palau, and the Marshall Islands. Arthur contends that the U.S. is already challenged in supporting a large number of low-income citizens and should expect new arrivals to be self-sufficient. Conversely, Gonzalez expresses concerns about whether food banks will be able to handle potential increased demand for those losing SNAP access. I doubt they have the capacity to assist large numbers of individuals, she noted thoughtfully. Regarding the child tax credit, the current law requires only the child to have a Social Security number. But the final bill stipulates that at least one parent must possess one. This change effectively cuts the credit for children whose parents are both undocumented, said Tara Watson, director at the Brookings Institution's Center for Economic Security and Opportunity. It cuts off a significant financial support for citizen children's well-being. Immigration courts, a path toward resolution? The bill allocates over $3 billion to the Justice Department for matters related to immigration, including hiring more immigration judges to tackle the backlog of nearly 4 million pending cases. Bush Joseph contends that the additional funding promises improvement for the underfunded immigration court system, but points out that the cap of 800 judges may fall short of what's required. According to a prior Congressional Research Service analysis, at least 1,300 judges would be necessary to gradually eliminate the backlog. The court system is likely to continue struggling due to the massive backlog, she concluded. What do you think about the proposed allocation of funds and its potential effects on immigration enforcement and courts? Do you see the long-term benefits outweighing the immediate challenges? Share your thoughts and join the conversation.